We look at the right arm here and the right half of the head. We can see all of these vessels are going to be merging together to this one structure right there that you can see has a hole in it because it's been pinned so many times. That green structure right there is the right lymphatic duct, and it's delivering that excess fluid right back to the right brachiocephalic vein. And then it's been cut, this left brachiocephalic vein has been cut. But if we look right there, that other green structure is the left lymphatic duct, or you can also call it the thoracic duct, because here, now that they've cut that vessel, you can see it does a little hairpin turn and goes all the way down the thorax, thoracic cavity. So you've got the thoracic duct, and if you follow that thoracic duct all the way down, you run into that structure that's on the list. In fact, it's not until you get right there, so you may have to kind of move around to look at it, but it's a swollen bulb at the very bottom of that thoracic duct. I can even pull a slide up on it in just a second to show it. That's a structure on the lab list called the cisterna chyli. It's C there. That cisterna chyli is an area that swells up with lipids. Remember we said the lymphatic vessels, one of their jobs is to absorb lipids from the small intestines. And for example, in cadavers that have had a very lipid, a meal very high in lipids, whenever they open them up and look at this cisterna chyli, it's usually swollen and very milky looking due to the fact that it's full of lipids. So we can see that cisterna chyli kind of right at the base of the thoracic duct. The lymphatic collecting vessels are just going to be all of these that you see running through the arms or through the legs that end up draining fluid back through these nodes. So that takes me back to the collections of nodes. We've got to see the 6 nodes. Cervical lymph nodes are going to be right here in the neck.
So these are the vessels.
The yellow or greenish ones, yeah, are the lymphatic vessels, and they all drain back through these lymph nodes, which we're about to point to the 6 congregations.
And what are you pointing to up here again?
Cervical lymph nodes.
All the cervical lymph nodes. So
okay.
when people feel right here in your neck to see if you've got swollen lymph nodes because you're fighting some type of infection. We've got our cervical lymph nodes. The axillary lymph nodes are the ones right here in the axillary region, the armpit region. On this model, we can see the tracheobronchial lymph nodes, which, if you can look right there, are on the trachea, and the ones that branch off and go around the bronchial tubes of the lung. That's the tracheobronchial lymph nodes.
Where's the trachea?
The trachea is going to be this kind of ribbed structure there, that red. It goes all the way down, and then it forks and it branches and goes into the lungs.
Okay.
Those little ridges of cartilage. So we've seen cervical, axillary, tracheobronchial lymph nodes. We have to see aortic lymph nodes, iliac lymph nodes, and inguinal lymph nodes. So the aortic lymph nodes are going to be the ones that are around the aorta and the abdomen. Iliac lymph nodes are going to be the ones that are kind of difficult to see on this particular model. The easiest ones to see are going to be down here in the groin region, the inguinal lymph nodes. You can even see those on any of those big torso models. Like if you turn around and look at that torso model that's just behind you there in the groin region, those little yellow, I'm sorry,